Can you see them? They're cute, huh? They're pink with little pearls on them. My sister told me they look like pimples, and now they have been ruined for me, and they're also ruined for you, so enjoy. Hi, I'm Mimika, and today we are going to steal the moon. I'm kidding, we're gonna plan a photo shoot, but that would definitely be more fun. Anywho, hi, welcome. I'm munching a gigantic bowl of blueberries, so there will be pausing for chewing. I've planned quite a few of these in my day, so I figured it would be kind of cool to take you guys with me as I plan my next one. And we can kind of break it down into a step-by-step process of what I do, why I do what I do, mistakes I've made, things I've learned, tricks of the trade, all the things. Anyways, let's get into it. So the first question we ask ourselves is why? Why are we planning a photo shoot? Because different photo shoots require different things. You could be doing a photo shoot for single artwork, for press photos, for headshots, for shits and gigs, tons of different reasons. Today, however, we are doing a photo shoot because I am getting new headshots, which means that we are planning a very specific type of photo shoot because we need to get very specific images. From there, I usually move on to the vibe. I go on Pinterest, which is my favorite app in the whole entire world, and I make a Pinterest board. I have Pinterest boards for absolutely everything. I can't show you any of them though because they're all for secret projects that you don't know about yet. We're gonna make a Pinterest board. I usually go in and I will just start very basic and generic. What is the photo shoot for? My photo shoot is for headshots, headshot photography. And I go through and I pick one image from that really general category that I like, and that's it, because I find that that's the most common and basic stuff. Also, take all of this with a grain of salt because it depends what you're going for. This is just what I do. I start with just that, get one image from that category, and then I go to a different category that's like based off of the one image that I pick, so we're getting further away from that initial general search. So for example, the first picture that I started with, this isn't a headshot, but was this one. And then I went in and I'll like put little screenshots of all the stuff that I added and what my board looks like. So you can tell that the vibe we're going for is a studio look for sure, a lot of tailoring, a lot of cool angles. This shoot is headshot and social content for me. So the glam, like you can see, it's all very natural glam. A lot of beauty shots and stuff. We're gonna play with angles, we're gonna play with silhouettes, muted tones, maybe some props, some chairs and things. I try not to get too insane with the Pinterest board for just a photo shoot because I like to give it to the photographer as like a jumping off point. Which brings us to our next step, finding a photographer. Over the years, I've developed a kind of list of photographers that I like to use for different things, for different styles of shooting. For this shoot, I wanted to reach out to someone new though. I found a photographer that I really like on Instagram. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can search like Toronto photographers or your city photographers and go through and see who you like. Something I like to do is if I have a photographer that I follow who's based in my city, I will go to who they're following and look through at all the photographers, because odds are you're gonna follow people in your field. So a musician is gonna follow tons of musicians, photographers are gonna follow photographers, models will follow, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna follow your people because that's your community. So I will look through who photographers that I follow, and that is how I found my photographer for this shoot. I think it's also important when you're planning a more creative shoot, if you're looking for a very niche vibe, if you're looking for this very, very specific thing that you think has never been done before, if it's never been done before, you're not gonna find it. So I think it's really important to look for people who you can see the potential in. That's something that I do a lot of, If I see someone is like really good at experimenting with lighting and angles and stuff, and I know that I want to do a shoot that has very specific light and angle and really pushes the box in those departments, I will go with someone who maybe has never done exactly what I'm looking for, but shows that they have the creativity to pull it off. And that's how I go through finding a photographer. Once I find them, I'll DM them, I'll reach out on email, send something through their website, whatever it is, and typically start with, this is what I'm shooting, this is my Pinterest board, this is my budget, and go from there. For this shoot, because we are shooting, all the reference images are in a studio, we're gonna be shooting in a studio, which brings us to step number 4. Finding your location. There's this website that I really like to use called This Open Space. I'm from Toronto, so I've only used it for locations in Toronto, but it's really cool. So This Open Space, basically the way it works is you put in what you're planning. So I'm planning a production in Toronto. You can put like production, which is a film, and photo shoot, an event, so like wedding receptions, art exhibits, baby showers, or a meeting. If you're doing that, like a more corporate thing, you push find location, and then you can filter it by exactly what you're doing there and what you need. So if you have like a big crew, or you need to bring animals, or you have to bring food, this, that, whatever it is, you can filter that. You can filter by price, you can pay by day or by hour. You can filter by equipment that they have, so if they have lighting, sound, wardrobe stations, hair stations, steamers, whatever you need. Or you can filter by location. It's the internet. You can pretty much do anything. So I went through, and I've shot, I think like 4 or 5 projects in locations that I've booked through this website. I've had really good experiences. And if you're planning a bigger production, like a video shoot or like a really big editorial shoot where you're spending a lot of money and the location needs to be perfect, you can request to go see them before you book, which is amazing, because if you book a space that you need to shoot 22 models in the same set and you get there and it's tiny and they don't all fit, you're kind of screwed. So you can at least go and see and make sure that it's going to work for what you need beforehand, and that's free. I just look through this. I spent a lot of time looking through this because I think location is important. You can get a lot of stuff for really great prices. The one that I found is $40 an hour, and we're gonna shoot for 3 hours, which is pretty good. Comes with lighting, comes with backdrops. After that, I move on to step number 5, outfits. So I go back to my Pinterest board, I consult it again, I see, oh cool, there's a lot of tailoring here. I wanna do like a tailored look. So I went and I thrifted this. This is like the best thrift I've ever done. I thrifted a Hugo Boss suit, jacket, pants, perfect condition, $21.99. That's gonna be one of my outfits for sure. I know that my second outfit is gonna be this like big, not big, but this like flowy black dress with a square neckline, because for the close-up headshots, it's gonna be a flattering neckline, and it has that ability to be a little bit more editorial if we want to do social content, and it also goes with the aesthetic that I'm trying to curate for social media and things. So that's another thing to keep in order, is like brand cohesion. If you're doing a photo shoot that is going to be tied into other projects, you want to make sure everything's cohesive. So that's my second outfit, and then the third look that we're doing is a white button-up shirt with this like thrifted pastel pink corset that I found, and a white midi skirt, like flowy midi skirt. So it's gonna be very loose and then it's more structured in the mid area. But I really love, we talked about this before, like I really love classic preppy style, so this is right up my alley. After I figure out outfits, then we move on to the next step, makeup. I am very lucky in this regard. I have a makeup artist that I've used since like my very first video shoot, and she's amazing and incredible, and I just use her for everything now. If you find a good makeup artist, never let them go, because they can truly transform a look And if they understand your face and what looks good on your face, I think it's so worth it to stick with them and build a rapport with them and get more comfortable with each other and what you like and push each other creatively than to bounce around and try a bunch of different people and like hope for the best, because obviously not everyone is going to click with everyone. Doesn't mean that someone's not talented, doesn't mean that someone is not great at what they do. It just means it's not one size fits all with creatives. Another way to source, like to find creatives to work with if the Instagram thing isn't really working for you. If you have friends who are models or friends who are entertainers and they get their makeup done and they do photo shoots, ask them who they like working with, because if it's someone you trust, then you know if they recommend someone to you, they're gonna be good. After makeup, I would say hair. My thing is, because the shoot is for headshots, I'm gonna leave my hair natural. I honestly usually leave my hair natural because it is just like, it's so much work to do anything else other than let it be curly. And I feel like it's such a big part of who I am in a weird psychological way. My security blanket, it just makes me feel like me, even if I'm wearing crazy outfits, even if I have crazy makeup, I just still feel like myself when I have my natural hair. After that, you're pretty much good to go. There are like more details that come with everything. So for example, you want to be very easy to work with. Being easy to work with and nice is the most important thing in any industry, and that doesn't mean that you can sacrifice your vision and sacrifice the quality that you're looking for by any means. It just means there's a way to do it properly and professionally. And that's like the number one piece of advice I can give anybody. Be nice to people, be easy to work with, but be uncompromising on your vision. Do with that what you will. I hope this was helpful. This is definitely part one. Now that the shoot is actually booked, I will totally take you guys along with me when I go, and you can see what it's like to get glam and to do all the prep with outfits, getting to set and shooting, and what the whole experience is like. I'll take you guys along because I think it'll be really fun. Until then, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next week, and I love you a lot.